Yes, that's recording. Okay, so do you need anything? You ready? Yeah. Okay, take it away, Team Starving.
So today we are comparing two websites from Motomichi Nakamura and Lane Hirschman Leeson. We are comparing them because they are both personal websites and they are media artists, especially working on time-based media. So we want to know their similarity and differences and their strategy on building the website. So for the visual part, for Motomichi, they both use photo as a navigation to showcase their work like this. And for Motomichi, he includes the show reel of his animation.
Tiny bit slower. Yeah.
Okay, animation of projection work, which show his identity as a time-based media artist. And Motomichi's work definitely has a fixed style, but his website is simple, so I think it is a good thing because his work is impressive enough in a simple web page layout, and the website functions like a frame for his artwork. More graphic or something else may become a distraction.
And for me, here's the website, and she actually got an overview page, as we can see here, for her selected works, and she tried to keep everything organized by listing it into different categories, and so that people can easily know what kind of artwork she is working as an artist. And she even got a separate page called film because she is actually focused more on doing documentary and films, and then she also includes some links of the trailer and also some information about the work she has done. And then this also reflects her identity as a filmmaker and how she focused on the time-based media artist. And her web is quite clean and with a plain design style, keep it into a gray tone, and then everything is very consistent for her whole page. And the photos could allow the audience to have an idea, like a brief idea on what she is working on. And maybe we'll talk about the layout.
So both of them use a simple header, body, and footer organization, and they make a good use of the footer because, like for Lane, she is putting her updated or the information about her book in the footer, and for Motomichi, he adds a subscribe column. And they both use the same strategy on color tone, which is keep it simple. And I think both of the websites are user-friendly because they are easy to navigate and it's simple and clear. But for Lynn, I think she could work more on the text because the spacing between the text is kind of difficult for us to read it. Then for the content part, for Motomichi, his work, he doesn't include much words in his website, but it's already enough for us to understand his style or the media he is working on. And he also documents the information about his work very nicely, like he put all the details here. But I think he could include more information or explanation about his artwork. Then for the about part, he know what he is doing and he put them detailedly in the about web page. He also organized his series wildly and keep them updated. And it is interesting that Motomichi has a private part and a more part which require a password to log in. But I still don't know how to get into this website. But I think it is an interesting function if you are targeting a specific audience or a specific group of audience and want to interact with them secretly.
And for me, she actually, her works is well supported by some photos and also information about her artworks. And especially she actually got a review page, as you can see here, that includes some review from the art field and some comments from the creators, and it shows her credibility and also reflect her work's quality. And also she got a very clear vision that is mentioned in her biography, which is the about page. And I think one of the good things is that she actually got PDF file that includes everything, like the CV, the exhibition she have, the education, or even books she have published, or even lectures. You can see it's very clear and direct. And I think this is a good point because it's very convenient for the clients or the audience to download the PDF to save it as a reference. And also, she actually got a current page. She has included a page called current page that keeps everything up to date. You can see like it's 2018, and she also put all the links in her website that can link directly to individual works that she have done. And also in bottom every page, just now we have mentioned she have kept things up to date. This is the book that have mentioned that talk about her works and overview. And another thing is that she have also put some social media link you can see in here on the top. Although it's not that obvious, but that's, I think, is okay already because people can still look through it. And she also got the contacts of the galleries that have created her works, so that people who got like similar ideas or art sense, like after reading through her works, especially she put a lot of text and also words about talking the idea of her work and the making, and people can contact her directly through the galleries or maybe get more info by visiting her exhibition that held in those galleries. And yeah, and we can talk about.
So I think Motomichi's website is targeting the younger generation because he care about the social media. Like he put the Instagram in the middle of his navigation, and it is up to date like it is 2 days ago. So, and different from Lin, Motomichi also includes the shop in his website. So it reflects a certain kinds of commercial or business nature in his website.
And for Lin, actually, I think because she is actually a well-known artist and filmmaker, her website is more like a platform to showcase her work and serve as a portfolio that organizes everything instead of being commercial, because her work is more artistic or art-related. And I think as she don't have a shop compared with Motomichi, but she actually put links. You can see here she actually put links that sell the books about her works. That's why I think it's not directly connected. Like this is not the income she get. The website is not the source of income, but it's the way to build her reputation and also allow people to get to know more about the ideas of her works instead of like just earning money, like sharing her ideas to the world. And for the technical part, actually both websites, as we can see just now, both websites is very clean and neat, and then technically everything works very well, and they apply with the free click strategy, as you can see.
And it's very consistent as well.
Yeah, it's very consistent and direct. And you can see, and she also, and both of the links, like the links, even this one for the Amazon, they work very well for talking about the selling the books about the works. And everything loads quite quickly, and we also test it on mobile device, and it works very fine too. Because as both of the web page, the layout is very simple and direct. That's why even on the phone, you can navigate easily.
It works on the phone.
Yeah. So that to conclude everything, actually I think both websites, they share a similar layout, and also how they organize the website is very clean and neat. But for Lin's website, it's really more like a portfolio for her works and showcase her work in rather for using it to earn money, and it's less commercial. And also I think the design of her web page actually is not like you don't have too much elements, but everything is very clean. And I think it won't affect the audience, or like, because I think the galleries or museum will find her to do exhibitions. That's why the design of the website is not the main focus of the people who find her, but instead it's her work and her ideas.
Yeah.
So that I think it won't affect much about like she earned money through like by this website.
I think it's the word. It's a really useful word. Is you said to build her reputation. It's more to consolidate. It's when you reach a certain point with your reputation, your career, your status, it's to just sort of give you that level of authenticity as an artist, so it consolidates. And I would say that probably has impacted on her ability to earn money. She's not selling things through the website, but that doesn't mean the website isn't absolutely part of her earning strategy
Yeah.
and her earning potential.
Yeah, actually, she's just trying to use the web page as a platform to share her ideas so that it could attract more people that have the same ideas together. And I think, but the one thing I think she really have to improve is because I think some part of her website is just too much words and it's too tight, and also the spacing. And just now, what my friend have mentioned about the spacing and also the fonts. I think she can improve on that because sometimes if that's too much words, it will get boring for some people to read everything just through everything.
And things get lost.
Yeah,
don't
it will
they?
get lost and lost the interest of it. But I think, but the whole website is still very clean and neat and easy for us to get to know what's going on.
As for the Motomichi's website, his website is a more commercial website because he improves shop or design selling and he also focus more on the social media. Both of the artists has showed a clear vision and include rich information about themselves. But what I think he could improve more is he should keep his news updated because the latest update is 2016. I think maybe he could delete this part and work more on the Instagram part, which is the social media part. Yeah.
Brilliant. Woohoo! Exceptionally analytical. Well done. You really focused on the architecture of the website as opposed to getting distracted by the nice work and the whistles and bells. So that's incredibly incisive. Really, really well done. I think there's lots of questions. I know you're in a rush. Is it Steve that you have now? That you have to go to? Lewis. Just tell Lewis you were with me. It'll be fine. He won't mind if you're late. I might write you a note to hand him because I think there's a lot of questions certainly that struck me. So has anybody got anything that they'd like to sort of tease out or ask? Just fire away. Did you have your hand up? You had your hand up. You started to put your hand up. Go for it.
Okay. Well, the other website, the first one, I don't remember the name.
Is it the
Motomichi? Yeah. Is go to the home. Yeah. What do you think about the home? The home is very simple, clean. Okay. What is for you the power of this website? It's in the image, in the structure. What's the best design part of this website for you?
I think Motomichi is using the website as the showcase of his work because his work matters more in this web design. So I think the best part of this website is he keep it really clear that you only focus on his work and you don't get distracted by other like layout design or something else. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Someone else jump in? It can just be a point. It doesn't have to be a question. You can just be making a point.
I also like how that the both pages are really nice, but really different in their own way. And how you could tell the pros and the negative parts about the pages without like any what's really clear. It was more like a positive thing to say to you.
Yeah, I think your strategy was really good to sort of, you've taken two that in their own right are quite successful websites and you've sort of tracked across both where they're using similar architecture, similar strategies, but then where they differ is where they differ as artists. And this is why we're doing these presentations, because that's what we want you, that's the next step for you with your websites for this module, is to start uploading some of your artwork and in an informed way. So think about what worked, and what works is where work is presented, it's annotated, it's consistent, the images are good quality, there's a story, there's a reason behind it. I think that the comment, if these guys want to come in now, they can. I think the comment about the text, you're all going to have this problem because I'm going to be asking you to add text to these websites. And you're going to go, oh, but text isn't good. These are pedagogic websites, these are educational, so we're not going to blame you for adding lots. Hi guys, grab a seat. Thanks for waiting. That's okay. We're not going to. I'm not going to say, oh, you've too much text on this website. If I've asked you to upload a 500-word evaluation, then you're uploading. but it's the bit that's your own artwork. There's going to be a section, and we're going to talk about it a lot in class over the next couple of classes, where you curate it, you decide what you put up, and that's where you bring in elements that you pulled out on these presentations. There's a couple of things I thought were really, really useful. You're the first group that's actually really discussed the footer and the use of a footer, and quite a lot of the websites that were here last week didn't have a footer. So for those of you that didn't kind of encounter that, that's something you might need to, what is a footer on a website? So do you want to explain what a footer is?
Bottom.
So scroll down and let us see. So in this case, it's a contact. If you look at the other one,
it's like every page that
yeah.
also the
So every page has the same information. So she's using it to promote her latest or her newest thing. It might be that if you have a book or something that you're selling, it just automatically goes on every page, so that you're putting the same information on every single page. And then the header is usually the image. And we got rid of the headers on your template, but you can put them back in, so you could have the same header on every page, or you can change the header across the pages. It's about branding, guys. It's about when you click through these websites, they felt consistent, and that's because they had the same header and footer. Maybe is it the same header, or is it
same footer,
same footer but different headers?
Header is
Yeah.
similar. Like
So-
even
Yeah. It's designed like a book, and that's one of the reasons why we all sat back and went, yeah, these are. I mean, do we agree that these are nicely designed?
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's really hard to recognize unless you analyze, and that's why I think you did really well. You analyzed why it felt consistent. Anyone have any idea why they would have had that little? What might be? What's behind that little private area? So what kind of an artist is this person again?
Time-based media.
Time-based media. So.
Animation or professional.
Okay, so for those of you who are filmmakers, animators, why would you might need a private area as a filmmaker?
rights.
Exactly, copyright. You're working on something, you don't have the rights to put it on, so you, for example, as a puppet maker, I've wanted to share images of stuff I was doing in Aardman. I have to sign a legal document to say I will not make it public. That doesn't mean I can't show it if I'm going for a job interview, if I want to do a presentation, and actually a guest area quite often is nobody ever gets the guest password. It's so that when I'm going to do a talk, I can type that password in and I can show people stuff. And then I know that I'm showing stuff, but it's not going to be shared and I'm not going to get sued. So you see it a lot on moving image. You see it a lot on where you are dealing with work. So a director might also be dealing with music that the copyright hasn't been cleared yet. So you want to be able to show people the ongoing work, but you don't want to get sued. So it's a really good strategy. So we talked about vocational strategies, different groups, different types of artists having different strategies. So for a photographer taking their own photographs, that's maybe not such an issue because they have absolute ownership of the images. For a fashion designer, designing her own work or his own work, absolutely. But if you're working on a collection for someone else, it's a really good way of being able to gather all that information, consolidate that really useful self-promotion, but not to get sued, which is, quite important as well. Any other comments? No? Okay, I think a round of applause there. Well done for going first as well. Woohoo! Excellent. Okay, so who is next? Which group? Yeah, so we have a